Meet the Western Bowerbird, found in central and northwestern Australia. They're from a family of birds that has intrigued man for generations. As with so many species in the bird world, it's the male that provides the colour and display to kickstart a relationship. But unlike other birds, it's not his plumage that attracts females. Instead, the Western Bower uses a unique form of artistry to attract a mate. They are the ultimate builders, able to construct intricate masterpieces to ensure they are the dominant male in the area. What he lacks in feathered decoration, he more than makes up for with his spectacular bower.
He's just flown off. That gives me a couple of minutes to give you a really close look at this. And that is just impressive. Have a look at what he's got. Everything's the colour of old bones, which that is. But he's got glass, lids, someone's jewellery, decorating that bower. But you've got to love him because inside here are his most favoured jewels. And he's got what looks like a little pre-developed orange, a seed, and best of all, a rock from someone's garden. That's artificial, coloured. They're his finest jewels right in the middle. Every single piece here is selected because it's perfect for this bower. A stick on the outside here was thrown there because it's not suitable for the bower. It may have deteriorated, snapped. He's obviously brought it here, but the pieces up in that bower are perfect.
And its sole aim? To impress females, of course.
And they're pretty picky, these girls. They're going to come here and assess his jewels to find work within his bower, and then they'll decide if he's worthy of mating with them, worthy of siring their offspring.
This guy has held the title of dominant male around these parts for 4 years. Before then, he would have been one amongst a group of teenage bowers, hanging around and learning from the former holder of the title. Things like how to build the bower, what sort of jewels to collect, that sort of thing. This fella was the smartest though. He took all he learned knowing it would come in useful sometime down the line. When the older bird's time was up, he was waiting in the wings and the ladies transferred their allegiances. Since then, his days have been spent constantly attending to the upkeep of his bower. He's got to be careful though. 4 years is a long time at the top, and there's a bunch of teenagers in the area, one of which is no doubt biding his time, waiting for his chance.
I'm going to be a little bit naughty, and I'm going to move one or two of these, not far.
But this will certainly get his attention.
Yep. He's back. I thought he might have collected something, but he didn't bring anything back, so he's probably just had a feed.
As I thought, moving a few pieces has sent him into a frantic tidying streak.
And he's fixing the bower, the pieces that I moved. That's amazing.
His little mind has gone into overdrive. He has to fix the bower.
Because what if a female comes along? He's got to be ready at all times. It's amazing that he's so tolerant of me. I'm no threat to him, so he's not necessarily worried. But he's just driven to work on that bower, and that overrides my presence.
Now, to me, he looks fantastic. But in the scheme of things, he isn't the most striking of birds. There's a bit of a general rule with male bowerbirds. The less impressive his plumage, the more work goes into the bower. So long as this fella has the most impressive bower in the neighbourhood, he should attract a steady stream of females that will mate with him, then depart to raise her young. Males don't have any part to play in rearing chicks. They simply continue with their interior decoration.
He's put all those ornaments right back where they were. I've seen bowerbirds, but never like that. That was amazing.
The question is, will it be enough to reel in the ladies? Bowerbirds tend to hang about in clusters, so I've been looking about for other bowers.
This is a second bower, and I found it about 100 metres from that beautiful big bower. Now, I know that that first bower is the dominant male of this area, and this bower is just on the outskirts of that territory. But any female that comes along will not choose the male, there he is right there, will not choose the male that owns this bower.
In fact, there are a number of younger birds that will lay claim to it.
And teenage bowerbirds, they have to learn the dance. They have to learn the art of displaying a wonderful bower. And they learn that from a dominant male.
So this is a training ground. Somewhere the teenagers can practice what they've learned from our other fella. But that dominant male, he's a wily old boy. For as long as he can, he'll defend his position. And that means every time these fellas start building what he perceives to be a threat, he'll come in and destroy the joint. Eventually, as sure as night follows day, one of these fellas will seize the opportunity, muscle in and take over the mantle of top bird. I've been waiting around for a female to appear for ages now, and I'm starting to wonder if our fella here is losing his mojo. Hang on, I think I found the answer.
Quick, Penni! Base of that tree, there's a Penni. I could hear the miners going off. They're the alarm bells. They've told me there's danger around. Look at that, a Penni, about 1.5 meters long. Biggest lizard in Australia. There he is, look at that. It's actually the second largest lizard in the world. And I found him because I walked away from that bowerbird's bower, give it a bit of space. And as I was leaving, I could hear some miners. And miners are a bird, very aggressive bird, and they will attack anything that's a threat to their chicks. And that's what they think this is. They were here swooping him, making a lot of noise. Now, he's getting a bit cranky there now. You watch his tongue. All monitors have forked tongues, like a snake, and that helps them find food. They flick it out and it enables them to tell which way the food is. But at the minute, he's just smelling if I'm okay. Hey, buddy.
You know, depending on its size, a Penni will eat anything from insects, rats, and bigger ones have even been known to hunt small mammals and Australia's largest venomous snake, the king brown. Wherever he goes, you know there'll be trouble. With that Penni and me lurking about, it's no wonder our bowerbird was lonely all morning. Time to leave him be and let him get on with his business. What a morning, though. A bowerbird and a Penni. You can't get better than that.